The celestial whisper, humanity's first contact. In the vast expanse of space, humanity had long believed itself alone. That changed on a crisp autumn morning in 2047 when Dr. Elora Chen, lead researcher at the SETI Institute, received a signal that would alter the course of human history forever. The signal was faint, almost imperceptible, but unmistakably artificial. It pulsed with a rhythm too precise to be natural, carrying within its cosmic whisper the weight of an entire civilization. As Elora's fingers danced across her console, her heart raced with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. This was it, the moment scientists had dreamed of for centuries. "Professor Reeves," Elora called out, her voice trembling. I think we found something." Professor James Reeves, a seasoned astronomer with salt and pepper hair and kind eyes, hurried over. His usual calm demeanor gave way to wide-eyed wonder as he studied the signal's pattern. "My God," he whispered, "it's real. We're not alone." Within hours, news of the discovery spread like wildfire. Governments scrambled to respond, scientists worked around the clock to decipher the message, and the public alternated between celebration and panic. Humanity stood on the precipice of a new era, united in its curiosity and apprehension. As the world's brightest minds worked to decode the alien transmission, a pattern began to emerge. The message contained mathematical constants, prime numbers, and what appeared to be rudimentary star charts. It was an invitation, or perhaps a challenge. Dr. Chen and her team worked tirelessly, fueled by caffeine and the thrill of discovery. After weeks of intense analysis, they cracked the code. The message contained coordinates for a rendezvous point just beyond the orbit of Mars, along with a date, exactly 1 Earth year from the day the signal was received. The next 12 months saw unprecedented cooperation among nations. Space agencies pooled their resources, and a joint mission was planned. The Harmony, a state-of-the-art spacecraft designed for first contact, was built in record time. As the launch date approached, Dr. Chen found herself selected as part of the crew. Her expertise in xenolinguistics made her an invaluable asset for communicating with the alien civilization. Joining her were Captain Zara Okonkwo, a decorated astronaut with nerves of steel, Dr. Yuki Tanaka, an exobiologist, and Major Derek Hawthorne, representing Earth's combined military forces. The day of the launch arrived, and billions watched as the Harmony lifted off, carrying with it the hopes and fears of an entire planet. As Earth shrank to a pale blue dot in the viewport, the crew steeled themselves for the unknown that lay ahead. Months passed as they journeyed through the silent void of space. The crew trained, prepared, and speculated about what, or who, they might encounter. Would the aliens be benevolent or hostile, humanoid or beyond human imagination? Finally, as they approached the designated coordinates, a sleek, silvery object appeared in the distance. It grew larger as they drew near, revealing itself to be a spacecraft of alien design. Its hull shimmered with an otherworldly iridescence, defying known laws of physics. Captain Okonkwo's voice crackled over the ship's intercom. "All hands, prepare for contact protocol. This is not a drill." Dr. Chen felt her pulse quicken as she made her way to the airlock. This was the moment she had spent her entire career preparing for, yet nothing could truly ready her for what lay ahead. As the two ships aligned their airlocks, a hiss of equalizing pressure filled the air. The door slid open, revealing a corridor bathed in soft, blue light. And there, waiting to greet them, stood the first extraterrestrial beings humanity had ever encountered. The aliens were tall and slender, with iridescent skin that seemed to shimmer like the surface of their ship. They had large, almond-shaped eyes that held depth and intelligence. Their faces were devoid of noses or mouths, yet somehow, a sense of calm emanated from them. Dr. Chen stepped forward, her hand raised in a gesture of peace. "We come in friendship," she said, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "We are representatives of Earth." For a moment, silence hung in the air. Then, a melodious voice filled their minds, bypassing their ears entirely. "Welcome, children of Earth. We are the Luminae. We have waited long for this moment." The conversation that followed was unlike anything the human crew had experienced. The Luminae communicated through a form of telepathy, sharing not just words but concepts and emotions. They spoke of a galactic community, a federation of species that had long observed Earth from afar. "Your world stands at a crossroads," the Luminae explained. "You have great potential, but also great capacity for destruction. We have come to offer you a choice." As the Luminae shared glimpses of advanced technology and knowledge beyond human comprehension, the crew of the Harmony felt a mix of awe and unease. The aliens spoke of faster-than-light travel, of energy sources that could end scarcity, of medical advancements that could extend human lifespans by centuries. But there was a catch. To join this galactic community, humanity would need to prove itself worthy. They would need to overcome their divisions, end their conflicts, and demonstrate that they could wield such power responsibly. "We offer you a trial," the Luminae continued. "One Earth year to show us that you are ready. If you succeed, you will be welcomed among the stars. If you fail..." The unspoken consequence hung heavy in the air. As the initial meeting drew to a close, the human crew found themselves grappling with the weight of their newfound knowledge. They had come seeking answers, but instead found themselves facing the greatest test in human history. Dr. Chen looked out at the stars, her mind reeling from the encounter. In just 1 year, the fate of humanity would be decided. Could Earth unite in the face of this cosmic challenge? Or would age-old conflicts and prejudices doom them to isolation in the vast universe? As the Harmony began its journey back to Earth, carrying with it news that would shake the foundations of human civilization, one thing was clear: nothing would ever be the same again. The countdown had begun, and humanity's greatest trial lay ahead. Echoes of resistance, Earth's defiant stand. The return of the Harmony marked the beginning of a tumultuous period in Earth's history. As news of the Luminae's ultimatum spread, reactions varied wildly across the globe. Some saw it as an opportunity for unprecedented growth and unity, while others viewed it as a thinly veiled threat to human autonomy. Dr. Ilara Chen found herself thrust into the spotlight, called upon by world leaders to explain the nuances of her interaction with the alien beings. "They're not forcing us to change," she explained during a tense UN assembly. "They're challenging us to be the best version of ourselves." But not everyone was convinced. General Viktor Volkov, a hardline military leader from Russia, saw the aliens' offer as a Trojan horse. "They come with promises of advanced technology, but at what cost?" He thundered during a global broadcast. "Our freedom? Our identity? I say we show these Luminae that humanity bows to no one." As the debate raged, strange phenomena began occurring across the planet. Mysterious structures, shimmering with the same iridescence as the Luminae ship, appeared overnight in remote locations. Those who approached them reported vivid visions of possible futures, some beautiful, others terrifying. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, the exobiologist from the Harmony mission, led a team to study these structures. "They seem to be some kind of test," she reported. "Each one presents a different challenge: ecological restoration, conflict resolution, technological innovation. It's as if the Luminae are giving us practical exams." Meanwhile, Captain Zara Okonkwo found herself navigating treacherous political waters. As one of the few humans to have directly interacted with the Luminae, her insights were invaluable. But she also knew the danger of revealing too much. "We need to approach this carefully," she advised during a closed-door meeting with world leaders. "The Luminae are advanced beyond our comprehension. We can't afford to be reckless." As humanity grappled with its cosmic trial, old wounds reopened. Nations that had been on the brink of conflict now found themselves with a common adversary, or a common goal, depending on one's perspective. The line between ally and enemy blurred. In the streets of major cities, protests erupted. Some called for embracing the Luminae's challenge, seeing it as a path to a better future. Others demanded resistance, fearing the loss of human culture and independence. Clashes between these factions became increasingly violent. Amidst the chaos, a group of scientists, led by Dr. Chen and Dr. Tanaka, worked tirelessly to understand and overcome the Luminae's tests. They made breakthrough after breakthrough, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge. Clean energy solutions, advanced AI, revolutionary medical treatments, innovations that once seemed centuries away now lay within reach. But for every step forward, there seemed to be 2 steps back. General Volkov and his allies, a coalition of military leaders and corporations with vested interests in the status quo, launched a propaganda campaign. They painted the Luminae as invaders and those who supported cooperation as traitors to humanity. 6 months into the trial period, tensions reached a boiling point. A Luminae structure in the Sahara Desert, which had been terraforming the barren landscape into a lush oasis, was attacked by a militant group. The resulting energy discharge created a shockwave felt across North Africa. The attack drew swift condemnation from most world leaders, but it also emboldened those who saw the Luminae as a threat. Underground resistance movements grew, stockpiling weapons and planning for a war they saw as inevitable. Major Derek Hawthorne, conflicted by his military background and his experience with the Luminae, found himself caught in the middle. "We're missing the point," he argued during a Security Council meeting. "This isn't about surrendering to an alien race. It's about proving we're ready to be part of something greater than ourselves." As the 9-month mark approached, Earth stood on a knife's edge. The progress made was undeniable. Diseases once thought incurable were being eradicated, clean energy was replacing fossil fuels at an unprecedented rate, and a new era of global cooperation had led to breakthroughs in science and technology. But the specter of conflict loomed large. General Volkov and his allies had amassed a formidable force, using salvaged alien technology to create weapons of terrifying power. They claimed to be humanity's last line of defense against alien domination. Dr. Chen, working tirelessly to bridge the gap between human and alien understanding, made a startling discovery. The Luminae's challenge wasn't just about proving humanity's worth to join a galactic community. It was a safeguard against a greater threat, a malevolent force that lurked in the dark spaces between stars, consuming civilizations that weren't united enough to stand against it. As she prepared to reveal this information to the world, hoping it would be the key to uniting humanity, alarms blared across global defense networks. General Volkov had made his move, launching a coordinated attack on Luminae structures worldwide. The sky lit up with otherworldly energies as human weapons clashed with alien defenses. In orbit, the Harmony, now retrofitted with advanced technology, raced to intercept a barrage of missiles aimed at the Luminae ship that had remained at the edge of the solar system. Captain Okonkwo's voice crackled over global communications channels. "This is humanity's darkest hour, but also our greatest opportunity. We can show the universe what we're truly made of. Not through destruction, but through our resilience, our compassion, and our unwavering spirit." As battles raged across the globe, Dr. Chen and her team worked frantically to establish direct communication with the Luminae. If they could explain the situation, perhaps there was still hope for humanity to pass the trial. The fate of Earth hung in the balance. Would humanity overcome its inner demons and unite in the face of cosmic challenges? Or would age-old conflicts doom them to isolation, or worse, annihilation? With 3 months left in the Luminae's trial, the true test had only just begun. The actions taken in these crucial moments would echo through history, determining whether humanity would reach for the stars or remain forever earthbound. Operation Stardust, humanity's covert offensive. As the conflict initiated by General Volkov raged across the globe, a small group of visionaries realized that humanity's fate couldn't be left to chance. Dr. Elara Chen, Captain Zara Okonkwo, Dr. Yuki Tanaka, and Major Derek Hawthorne found themselves at the center of a desperate plan to salvage humanity's future among the stars. Under the cover of chaos, they assembled a team of the brightest minds and most skilled operatives from around the world. Their mission, codenamed Operation Stardust, was audacious: to neutralize the threat posed by Volkov's forces while simultaneously completing the Luminae's trials. "We're not just fighting for our place among the stars," Dr. Chen told the assembled team in a secret underground bunker. "We're fighting for the very soul of humanity." The operation was divided into 3 primary objectives: disable Volkov's weapon systems, complete the remaining Luminae trials, establish direct communication with the Luminae to plead humanity's case. Major Hawthorne led the military arm of the operation. Using his insider knowledge and a network of loyal soldiers, he orchestrated a series of precision strikes against Volkov's key installations. "We're not aiming to destroy," he instructed his teams. "Our goal is to disarm and neutralize. Remember, these are our fellow humans, misguided as they may be." Meanwhile, Dr. Tanaka spearheaded the scientific efforts to complete the Luminae trials. With time running out, her team worked around the clock, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and capability. They made breakthroughs in clean energy, developed revolutionary medical treatments, and even took the first steps towards manipulating gravity itself. "Each trial we complete is a testament to human potential," Dr. Tanaka encouraged her exhausted team. "We're not just solving alien puzzles, we're unlocking the secrets of the universe." Captain Okonkwo, utilizing her experience from the First Contact mission, coordinated the global efforts. She became the face of reason in a world gripped by fear, delivering impassioned speeches that slowly began to turn the tide of public opinion. "The stars are not our adversaries," she declared in a globally broadcast address. "They are our destiny. The Luminae didn't come to conquer us, but to challenge us to be better than we ever thought possible." As Operation Stardust gained momentum, Dr. Chen focused on the most crucial and dangerous aspect of the mission: establishing direct communication with the Luminae. Using the knowledge gained from the alien structures, she and a small team worked to build a device capable of sending a focused telepathic message to the Luminae ship orbiting beyond Mars. The work was grueling and fraught with setbacks. Each attempt to activate the device left the team drained, sometimes to the point of unconsciousness. But with each failure, they learned, adapted, and grew stronger. 2 months before the deadline, a breakthrough came from an unexpected source. A young prodigy named Zane, recruited from a refugee camp, noticed a pattern in the Luminae's communication that had eluded everyone else. His insight provided the key to stabilizing the telepathic link. As the device hummed to life, Dr. Chen prepared to make contact. The risks were enormous. A miscommunication could doom humanity's chances, but the potential reward was worth any personal cost. "Luminae," she projected her thoughts into the void, "we seek audience. Humanity stands at a crossroads, and we plead for understanding." For agonizing moments, there was only silence. Then, like a warm wave washing over her mind, came the response: "We hear you, children of Earth. Speak, and we shall listen." Dr. Chen poured out humanity's story, their struggles, their triumphs, their unwavering spirit in the face of adversity. She explained the conflict with Volkov's forces not as a failure, but as a testament to humanity's passion and diversity of thought. "We may not be perfect," she conveyed, her mental voice strong with conviction, "but we are striving every day to be better. We ask not for leniency, but for the chance to show you who we truly are." The Luminae's response was measured but not unkind. "Your words carry weight, Dr. Chen, but words alone are not enough. We must see action." As the communication ended, Dr. Chen knew that humanity's fate still hung in the balance, but a spark of hope had been ignited. With renewed determination, Operation Stardust entered its final phase. Major Hawthorne's teams, now supported by a growing number of defectors from Volkov's forces, launched a coordinated global offensive to disable the remaining weapons pointed at the Luminae structures. Dr. Tanaka's scientific breakthroughs began to bear fruit. a cure for a previously unstoppable pandemic, was synthesized and distributed globally. Clean energy solutions were implemented at an unprecedented scale, visibly reducing pollution levels worldwide. Captain Okonkwo's message of unity and hope spread like wildfire. Protests against the Luminae dwindled, replaced by grassroots movements dedicated to completing the alien trials and ushering in a new era of human advancement. But General Volkov, cornered and desperate, was not going down without a fight. He had one last card to play, a doomsday weapon cobbled together from reverse-engineered alien technology. Its target, the Luminae ship beyond Mars. As the weapon powered up, the Operation Stardust team raced against time. They had come too far, sacrificed too much, to fail now. In a heart-stopping finale, Major Hawthorne led a daring raid on Volkov's hidden base. Captain Okonkwo piloted a hastily upgraded Harmony to intercept any launched projectiles. Dr. Tanaka worked feverishly to complete the final Luminae trial, a test of global cooperation that required simultaneous action from every nation on Earth. And Dr. Chen, her mind linked once more with the alien consciousness, made humanity's final plea. As alarms blared and the doomsday countdown reached its final seconds, the fate of humanity hung by a thread. Would the combined efforts of Operation Stardust be enough, or would Volkov's madness doom them all? The answer would determine not just the outcome of the Luminae's trial, but the very future of human civilization. The galactic crucible, alliances and betrayals. The tension was palpable as the doomsday weapons countdown reached its final moments. In a display of unprecedented unity, the world held its breath, all eyes fixed on the unfolding drama. Major Hawthorne's team, having fought their way through layers of security, finally reached the weapons control room. With seconds to spare, they initiated the shutdown sequence. But as the last digit blinked away, nothing happened. "It's a decoy," Hawthorne shouted into his comm. "The real launch site must be elsewhere." At that moment, the sky lit up with an otherworldly glow. Volkov's true weapon, hidden in plain sight atop a converted oil rig in the Pacific, roared to life. A beam of concentrated energy, harvested from the very fabric of space-time, lanced towards the heavens. Captain Okonkwo, piloting the upgraded Harmony, found herself in the beam's path. "I can't outmaneuver it," she reported, her voice steady despite the dire situation, attempting to absorb the impact. The blast struck the Harmony, enveloping it in a cocoon of blinding light. For a heart-stopping moment, all communication ceased. Then, miraculously, the ship emerged, its hull glowing with absorbed energy. "Diverting power to shields," Okonkwo announced. "We'll try to contain the beam, but I don't know how long we can hold it." On the ground, Dr. Tanaka's Global Cooperation Initiative reached its crescendo. As news of the imminent threat spread, people around the world set aside their differences. Power grids were rerouted, sending surges of energy to Luminae structures. These alien outposts began to hum with activity, creating a planetary defense network. Dr. Chen, still locked in telepathic communion with the Luminae, felt a shift in their consciousness. "They're impressed," she relayed to her team. "But they're also concerned. Something's coming, something big." As if in response to her words, space itself seemed to tear open. A massive ship, dwarfing even the Luminae vessel, emerged from the rift. Its surface was a void of darkness, absorbing light rather than reflecting it. "Attention, beings of soul," a bone-chilling voice reverberated across all frequencies. "We are the Void Harbingers. Your trial period has expired. Prepare for harvesting." The Luminae ship sprang into action, positioning itself between Earth and the new threat. Honorable humans, their melodic telepathic voice touched the minds of Operation Stardust's leaders. "The great enemy we feared has arrived. Your actions in this moment will determine not just your fate, but that of countless civilizations." With this revelation, the true nature of the Luminae's trial became clear. It wasn't just a test of worthiness, but a preparation for this very moment. Every technological advancement, every lesson in cooperation had been leading to this confrontation. General Volkov, witnessing the arrival of the Void Harbingers, finally understood the magnitude of his mistake. In a surprising turn of events, he opened a channel to Major Hawthorne. "I was wrong," he admitted, his voice heavy with regret. "How can we help?" Hawthorne, ever the strategist, didn't hesitate. "Redirect your weapon. We'll need every ounce of firepower we've got." As the Void Harbingers began their assault, Earth's newly forged alliance sprang into action. The Harmony, still crackling with absorbed energy, joined the Luminae ship in orbit. Volkov's converted weapon, once aimed at the stars in fear, now stood as a bastion of defense. Dr. Tanaka, analyzing data from the Luminae structures, made a startling discovery. "The Void Harbingers," she reported, "they're not just a physical threat. They feed on division, fear, and conflict. Our unity is as much a weapon as our technology." Armed with this knowledge, Captain Okonkwo broadcast a global message. "People of Earth, our greatest strength lies not in our weapons, but in our hearts. Stand together now, not in fear, but in hope." Her words resonated across the planet, as millions joined hands and focused their thoughts on unity and defiance. The Luminae structures pulsed with unprecedented power. Dr. Chen, her mind linked with both humanity and the Luminae, became a conduit for this outpouring of collective will. She felt the fear and determination of every human, the ancient wisdom of the Luminae, and the cold hunger of the Void Harbingers. In orbit, a spectacular battle unfolded. The Harmony and the Luminae ship danced through space, evading dark energy blasts while returning fire. On Earth, every nation contributed to the defense, from energy weapons to more esoteric technologies born from the Luminae trials. But the Void Harbingers were ancient and powerful. For every blow Earth's alliance struck, the dark ship seemed to absorb and grow stronger. Victory, it seemed, would require more than just firepower. As the battle reached its peak, Dr. Chen made a fateful decision. "We need to show them who we truly are," she declared. "Not just our strength, but our capacity for growth, for forgiveness, for love." In a move that stunned both allies and enemies, she opened her mind fully, projecting not just humanity's defiance, but its entire history. Every triumph and failure, every act of kindness and cruelty, laid bare for all to see. The gamble worked. The Void Harbingers, confronted with the full spectrum of human experience, faltered. Their dark energy weapons sputtered and died. What is this?" Their leader's voice, once menacing, now held a note of wonder. "This is humanity," Dr. Chen replied, her mental voice echoing across the cosmos. "Flawed, yet ever striving. Divided, yet united when it truly matters. We will not be harvested. We will not be cowed. We stand with the Luminae and with all free beings of the galaxy." As her words faded, a brilliant light engulfed the battlefield. The Luminae ship, the Harmony, and every human on Earth glowed with a shared purpose. The Void Harbinger's ship, unable to withstand this radiance of unity, began to crumble. In the aftermath, as the dust of battle settled and the adrenaline wore off, humanity found itself changed. They had faced their greatest threat not just with weapons, but with the very essence of what made them human. The Luminae, their trial now complete, extended a new offer. "You have proven yourselves not just worthy allies, but teachers in your own right. Will you join us among the stars, not as students, but as partners?" As dawn broke over a united Earth, humanity stood ready to embrace its cosmic destiny. The great toaster Uprising, as it would whimsically be called in years to come, marked not an ending but a new beginning. The stars, once distant and unreachable, now beckoned with the promise of adventure, discovery, and a future limited only by imagination. Nexus of Destiny, the battle for soul. In the wake of humanity's victory against the Void Harbingers, a new era dawned for Earth. The offer to join the galactic community as partners rather than students was met with both excitement and trepidation. As humanity prepared to take its first tentative steps into the wider universe, unforeseen challenges emerged. Dr. Ilara Chen, now revered as the voice of human-alien relations, found herself at the center of a heated global debate. "We've been offered the stars," she addressed a special session of the United Nations. "But we must ask ourselves, are we truly ready for what we'll find out there?" The decision to accept the Lumine's offer was far from unanimous. While many saw it as humanity's destiny, others feared losing Earth's unique identity and independence. The scars left by Volkov's rebellion were still fresh, and trust, both in aliens and in fellow humans, remained fragile. As diplomatic discussions dragged on, a more immediate threat loomed. The defeat of the Void Harbingers had sent shockwaves through the galaxy. Other species, once content to ignore humanity, now viewed Earth with a mix of fear and opportunism. Captain Zara Okonkwo, commanding the newly christened Earth Defense Fleet, detected unusual activity at the edge of the solar system. With picking up multiple warp signatures, she reported to the hastily assembled Earth Council. "It seems our little skirmish has attracted some attention." The first arrivals were the Zurlok, an insectoid race known for their hive mind and expansionist tendencies. Their massive world ships took up positions around Jupiter, ostensibly for scientific observation. But their true intentions soon became clear as they began harvesting gases from the gas giant at an alarming rate. Next came the Quilfury, a species of energy beings who claimed to be evaluating humanity's potential. Their ethereal vessels phased in and out of reality, making them nearly impossible to track or communicate with. As more alien races arrived, each with their own agendas, the solar system began to resemble a cosmic powder keg. Humanity found itself caught in a dangerous game of interstellar politics, with Earth as the prize. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, leveraging the scientific breakthroughs from the Lumine trials, worked tirelessly to understand and counter the various alien technologies now surrounding Earth. "We're dealing with civilizations thousands, maybe millions of years ahead of us," she warned. "But remember, we've already proven we can hold our own." Major Derek Hawthorne, now heading Earth's combined military forces, prepared for every contingency. "We won't fire the first shot," he declared, "but by God, we'll fire the last if we have to." The Lumine, true to their word as partners, offered guidance but insisted that humanity chart its own course. "The choices you make now will echo through millennia," they advised. "Choose wisely, but do not let fear dictate your path." As tensions in the solar system reached a boiling point, an unexpected opportunity arose. The Galactic Conclave, a loose federation of spacefaring races, extended an invitation to Earth. They wished to hold an emergency session to address the Sol situation. Dr. Chen, Captain Okonkwo, Dr. Tanaka, and Major Hawthorne were chosen to represent humanity. As the Harmony E prepared for its journey to the Conclave's neutral space station, they knew the fate of Earth hung in the balance. The space station was a marvel of engineering, a sprawling structure that housed representatives from hundreds of different species. As the human delegation arrived, they were met with a cacophony of sights, sounds, and smells beyond their wildest imagination. "Remember," Dr. Chen advised her team, "we're not here as supplicants. We've earned our place at this table." The conclave session was a crash course in galactic politics. Some races advocated for Earth's immediate inclusion in the galactic community, citing their role in defeating the Void Harbingers. Others called for quarantine, fearing humanity's rapid advancement and unpredictable nature. The Zorlok, their mandibles clicking in agitation, accused humanity of hoarding resources. The Quilfury whispered of humanity's dangerous potential, and through it all, shadowy figures moved in the background, hinting at deeper, hidden agendas. Captain Okonkwo, her military training kicking in, spotted a pattern in the chaos. "They're trying to divide us," she whispered to her team. If we start arguing amongst ourselves, we'll play right into their hands. Taking the initiative, Major Hawthorne addressed the conclave. His speech was not one of pleading or posturing, but of simple truth. He spoke of humanity's struggles, its triumphs, and its unwavering spirit in the face of adversity. "We don't claim to be perfect," he concluded, "but we're here, we're not going anywhere, and we're ready to be good neighbors. All we ask is the chance to prove it." His words seemed to strike a chord, but the debate raged on. As the session stretched into its third day, a new crisis erupted. Reports came in of a Zorluk fleet engaging Quilthuri ships near Sechan. The powder keg had been lit, and Earth was caught in the middle. With the conclave paralyzed by indecision, the human delegation realized they had to take matters into their own hands. They couldn't wait for the galaxy to decide their fate. They had to shape it themselves. Dr. Tanaka, who had been quietly analyzing the station's systems, discovered a way to broadcast a message to every ship in the solar system simultaneously. Dr. Chen, drawing on her experience with the Luminae, prepared to make humanity's case not just to the conclave, but to the galaxy at large. As battles raged around Saturn's rings and alien fleets maneuvered through the asteroid belt, Dr. Chen's voice echoed across the void. To all beings in the Sol system and beyond, we are humanity. We are young, we are flawed, but we are here. We faced extinction and emerged stronger. We've met gods and demons among the stars and held our ground. We don't want your wars. We don't want your fear. What we want, what we demand, is respect, not as conquerors, not as victims, but as equals. Her words, translated into thousands of alien languages, carried with them the weight of human history, the defiance that had turned back the void harbingers, and the hope that had always driven humanity to reach for the stars. As her message faded, a hush fell over the conclave chamber. In the skies above Earth, warring ships halted their advance. For a moment, the solar system held its breath. Then, slowly at first but with growing momentum, responses began to pour in. Some were hostile, others curious, but many were supportive. Races that had been silent now spoke up, impressed by humanity's audacity and spirit. The Zorlok, their hive mind processing this new data, withdrew to the outer system. The Quilthuri, intrigued by humanity's unique energy signature, proposed a cultural exchange, and other races, hearing of Earth for the first time, expressed eagerness to establish diplomatic relations. As the dust settled, the conclave reached a decision. Earth would be granted provisional membership in the galactic community, with a probationary period to prove their commitment to cosmic peace and cooperation. It wasn't a total victory, but it was a start. As the human delegation prepared to return home, they knew that the real work was just beginning. Earth had won its place among the stars, but keeping it would require all the ingenuity, diplomacy, and courage they could muster. The solar system, once humanity's unchallenged domain, had become a bustling hub of interstellar activity. Earth stood at the nexus of a new destiny, poised between its isolated past and a boundless future. As the Harmony I began its journey home, Dr. Chen gazed out at the star-studded void. "We did it," she murmured. "We've taken our first real steps into the cosmic community." Major Hawthorne nodded, his expression a mix of pride and determination. "And now," he said, "the real adventure begins. Beyond the void, a new era for humanity. The return of the Harmony II to Earth marked the beginning of a new chapter in human history. As the ship descended through the atmosphere, its hull still bearing scars from the battle with the void harbingers, the crew was met with a sight that took their breath away: a planet transformed. Cities gleamed with the integration of alien and human technology. Massive space elevators stretched into the sky, their bases surrounded by sprawling spaceports. The air was cleaner, the oceans clearer, and there was an undeniable buzz of excitement and purpose that seemed to emanate from every corner of the globe. Dr. Elara Chen, stepping onto Earth's soil for the first time in months, felt a wave of emotion wash over her. "We've come so far," she whispered, her eyes glistening with unched tears. The provisional membership in the galactic community had opened floodgates of knowledge and opportunity, but it had also brought challenges that no one could have anticipated. In the years that followed, humanity faced a steep learning curve. The influx of alien cultures, technologies, and ideas sparked a renaissance in every field of human endeavor, but also tested the limits of Earth's ability to adapt. Dr. Yuki Tanaka found herself at the forefront of a new scientific frontier. Collaborating with alien researchers, she made breakthroughs that pushed the boundaries of physics, biology, and consciousness itself. "Every day brings a new discovery," she told her students at the newly established Cosmic University. "The universe is stranger and more wonderful than we ever imagined." But not all changes were welcomed. Traditional industries faced obsolescence as alien technologies rendered them outdated. Cultural purists feared the dilution of human heritage in the face of cosmic influences. And there were those who saw Earth's new position as an opportunity for personal gain, leading to new forms of crime and corruption that spanned star systems. Major Derek Hawthorne, now Admiral of Earth's growing interstellar fleet, faced the daunting task of protecting human interests on a galactic scale. "Our playground just got a whole lot bigger," he often remarked, and so did the bullies. Piracy, smuggling, and interstellar disputes became daily challenges. The Earth Defense Force found itself not just protecting the planet, but also human colonies that had begun to spring up on terraformed worlds across the solar system and beyond. Captain Zara Okonkwo, her role evolving from military leader to cosmic diplomat, navigated the treacherous waters of galactic politics. She represented Earth in the galactic conclave, building alliances, negotiating treaties, and occasionally staring down threats from older, more established spacefaring races. "They still underestimate us," she confided to her team after a particularly tense negotiation with the Zorlog over mining rights in the Kuiper Belt. "But every time they do, we prove them wrong." As Earth's influence grew, so did the whispers of discontent among certain galactic factions. The speed of human advancement alarmed conservative elements in the cosmic community. Rumors spread of a shadow organization, composed of multiple species, working to check humanity's rise. Dr. Chen, now serving as Earth's ambassador at large, found herself at the center of these swirling tensions. Her unique ability to bridge the gap between human and alien minds made her both a valued mediator and a target for those who feared change. One standard galactic year after Earth's admission to the conclave, a crisis erupted that would test humanity's place in the cosmos. A distant human colony, established on a world thought to be uninhabited, made first contact with a pre-spaceflight civilization. The situation echoed humanity's own recent past, but now Earth found itself on the other side of the equation. The Galactic Conclave convened an emergency session. Many voices called for the immediate withdrawal of human presence, citing laws protecting developing species. Others saw it as an opportunity to judge whether humanity had truly learned from its own first contact experience. As accusations flew and tensions mounted, Dr. Chen took the floor. Her speech would be remembered for generations. "Not long ago, we were the ones looking up at the stars, wondering if we were alone. We faced trials that nearly broke us, but they also forged us into something stronger. Now we have the chance to be the guides we wished we had. We will not repeat the mistakes of the past, neither ours nor yours. We propose a joint mission to protect, to nurture, and to inspire this young civilization, not to rule or exploit, but to offer a hand of friendship when they're ready to reach for the stars." Her words sparked intense debate, but also admiration. Many in the conclave were reminded of why humanity had captured the cosmic imagination in the first place. After days of negotiation, a compromise was reached. Earth would lead a multi-species team to oversee the development of the newly discovered civilization under the watchful eye of the conclave. This decision marked a turning point. Humanity had not just secured its place among the stars, it had begun to shape the very nature of galactic society. Earth's unique perspective, that of a young, dynamic species with fresh memories of its own turbulent ascension, offered new approaches to age-old cosmic challenges. As news of the conclave's decision reached Earth, celebrations erupted across the planet. Humans looked to the night sky with new eyes, seeing not just distant points of light, but future homes, allies, and adventures. In a quiet moment amidst the jubilation, the original team that had faced the Lumine trial gathered on the observation deck of the newly completed lunar city. Dr. Chen, Captain Okonkwo, Dr. Tanaka, and Admiral Hawthorne stood in silence, watching the Earth rise over the lunar horizon. "Did you ever imagine we'd come this far?" Dr. Tanaka asked, her voice filled with wonder. Admiral Hawthorne chuckled. "Honestly, I was just hoping we'd survive the week." Captain Okonkwo smiled. "We did more than survive. We thrived." Dr. Chen nodded, her eyes fixed on the blue marble that was their home. "And we're just getting started. The real journey lies ahead." As they stood there, representatives of a species that had gone from isolated planetary inhabitants to cosmic pioneers in the span of a few years, they felt the weight of both their achievements and their responsibilities. The path ahead was uncertain, filled with challenges they couldn't yet imagine, but they faced it with the same spirit that had carried humanity from its first tentative steps out of the African savanna to its current leap into the galactic community. The stars, once distant and unreachable, now beckoned with infinite possibilities. Humanity had found its place in the cosmic tapestry, not as conquerors or subjects, but as partners in the grand adventure of existence. As the Earth continued its eternal dance around the sun, now joined by ships and stations from 100 worlds, the next chapter of human history unfurled across the canvas of the universe. The Great Toaster Uprising, as it was still whimsically called, had been just the beginning. The true uprising had been of the human spirit, reaching beyond the confines of its cradle world to embrace a destiny among the stars. The journey that began with a simple alien signal had led humanity to this moment, poised on the brink of cosmic citizenship, ready to face whatever wonders and challenges the universe had in store. And as they looked to the future, they carried with them the lessons of their past: unity in the face of adversity, curiosity in the face of the unknown, and hope in the face of overwhelming odds. The uprising was over. The adventure was just beginning.